Hi everyone, Shaka Cunningham, also known as Sister Voyage here, early in the morning. I am heading to Santo Domingo in a few. I'm still in Punta Cana and had to get up super early this morning to catch this bus that's taking us to Santo Domingo today. It's a 2-hour, they say it's a 2-hour drive. Maybe a little longer than that since we're on a bus and it's bigger. But here in Punta Cana, I'm not sure if it's all over the Dominican Republic, there are there's no speed limit. So the way people maintain is via these speed bumps that they really go over very, very slowly. Because I think they may damage the tires in your car. So anyway, I'm just swatting away little pests. But yeah, so I just give you a little view here. Just standing out, waiting on this. I think that's the bus over there. I think the bus is coming now. I'm not sure if you all can see this bus, but I think this is it. Woohoo! They may be picking up more people too, so. But here's the bus. They're right there. Woo. So.
10 days before.
Oh, wow. Let me get on this bus. Bye.
Hola.
Hola.
Coca-Cola. Wakey, wakey, people. Siesta time is over. A despertar, señores, que ya se ha dormido bastante. Hay que ya empezar a trabajar. I guess you have slept well enough, so then it's about time to start working. Wakey, wakey, everybody. Hello. Alright, people, now we are just ready to start on the tour. Then, first of all, my name is Munchie. Yeah, different type of munchies from what you guys get back at home. And I'm just deeply sorry that you're gonna be stuck with me for a full day. Sorry about that, but I was born like that and there's nothing I can do about it. Bien, señores, estamos listos ya para empezar a trabajar. Primeramente, mi nombre es Monchi y yo seré el guía de la excursión. Es una gran pena que tengan ustedes que estar conmigo durante todo el día, pero bueno, yo nací así, ya no me puedo cambiar. Una persona también muy importante en nuestra excursión será naturalmente nuestro chofer, la persona quien estará responsable de manejar para nosotros durante todo el día. Somebody very important in our trip is going to be our driver, the man who's going to be responsible for our lives today. Yeah, he has kind of like a baby face, but he's not a baby. Yeah, so then our driver's name is Enrique. El chofer nuestro del día de hoy se llama Enrique, pero que quede claro que es Enrique hasta las 6 de la tarde. Después de las 6 de la tarde, entonces ya se llama María. Sí, eso es parte del todo incluido. Then, our driver here is called Enrique only until 6 o'clock in the afternoon. After 6 o'clock in the afternoon, then it's called Maria. Yeah? But then, nothing to worry about. That's part of the all-inclusive. Then, first of all, let me start saying that this is one island divided into 2 countries, Dominican Republic and Haiti. But why is this island divided in 2? Well, that was one of Christopher Columbus' mistakes. Because Christopher Columbus, he was a really good sailor, but a terrible farmer. Why was that? It's because on Columbus' second trip, he actually brought the sugarcane from the Canadian island in Spain, but he first started planting that sugarcane up on the mountains. But sugarcane is a product that it need to be planted on flat land. The flatter the land, the better profits from the sugar cane. But of course, Columbus, as he was a sailor, not a farmer, that's why he didn't know about that important detail. So that's why when he first got back to Spain with the profits from sugarcane, King Fernando and Queen Isabel, they were really disappointed because they did such a big investment, and then of course Columbus did not bring any good profits. Then what happened? When they asked Christopher Columbus on why the sugarcane did not make any good, then of course he didn't know what to answer because he was a sailor, not a farmer. So then that's why actually he brought some of the indigenous of the island, supposedly to prove in Europe that he had arrived to India. So that's why he called the indigenous here Indians. But indeed, they were not Indians. They were the Ottawas. The Ottawas, the original tribe, was settled down in Canada. And then every time somebody gets separate from that tribe, get a different name. The word Taino then means deserters, because they deserted from the original tribe. The ones in Cuba were called Caribs. Caribs means scavengers in the Indian language. And then every time a certain group gets separate from the original tribe, then got a different name. But indeed, all of them were the Ottawas. Actually, Ottawas is how we pronounce it nowadays, but the real pronunciation is Ottawa. That's how it's supposed to be, Ottawa. And then that's why probably some people, do we have anybody here from Canada? Then that, probably some of you guys might know why the capital of Canada is called Ottawa. Yeah, but the real pronunciation is supposed to be the Ottawa. Yeah, and then it's just because of those first inhabitants. So we got that in common between you and us. Yeah, that we have the same Indian background. And then what happened? So then one of them, Ottawas or Taino, was the one who mentioned the word altitude. Then King Fernando, being a wise man, he understood right away where the problem was. So that's why King Fernando ordered it to Christopher Columbus just to keep whatever flat land was, and whatever had an altitude or a mountain, he decided not to take it as part of the Spanish kingdom. So that's why the Spaniards kept 76% of the surface of the island, and the other 24% it was left off as nobody land. But then that nobody land later on in the year 1498, then it became to be French colony. Then what happened? So then that division, or that official declarement that they did in 1505, that's the reason why still nowadays there's two of everything in this island. Two religion, two culture, two population, two vegetation. I mean, two of everything in general. So then right now, I'm just gonna try to develop as much as possible those things that we get doubled in the island. But of course, I'm gonna be talking more about the two most remarkable things, the language and the religion. Then what happened? So let's start with the language first. So then, just because this part of the island, it was kept as Spanish colony for 327 years, that's the reason why we get the Spanish as predominant language in the DR. Then what happened? In between those 327 years that we were Spanish colony, we were also 66 years French, 18 years English, and 12 years Portuguese. But when we were French, English, and Portuguese colony, it was not compulsory for the people of this island to speak none of them languages. So that's why the Spanish has been kept until today as the main spoken language. Then what happened? In the year 2008, education became to be compulsory in the country. So then, since the education became compulsory in the country, it also became to be mandatory that all of the kids at Dominican school, they have to be minimum bilingual. Why they have to be minimum bilingual? Is because according to the new constitution, after the year 2016, all of the radio station, TV channels, magazine, newspapers, and so on, all of them are gonna be made in English, French, and Spanish. After the year 2008, when the education became compulsory, it also became to be mandatory that all of the kids at Dominican schools, they have to be minimum bilingual. They got the choices between English and French, or French, yeah? Then what happened? Most of the kids are taking English because English is actually the easiest language in the world to learn. There's nothing easier than learn English on talking about languages. Nothing easier than that. You see that Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, yeah, they get to be very similar, but it's a lot easier to learn English than learn Italian or Portuguese, and it's about the same thing. And then when I tell you that, I can tell you because I got a big time experience. First of all, I was at the Navy, at the Dominican Navy. I was a Dominican Navy SEAL. And then when I was at the Navy, then I made 2 master's degree. One of that is in history and culture of the Americas, and the other one is in linguistics. I speak 7 languages plus my native. And then from the 8 languages that I speak, English was the easiest of all to learn. It took me 4.5 months to learn how to speak English. But probably it took me about 2 years to learn French. And then even though Italian, Portuguese is just about the same thing, even Italian, Portuguese, and so on is so familiar to Spanish, it's a lot easier to learn English. It's because English you read, write, and speak one way. Spanish, Portuguese, French, you write one way, you speak another way, you read another way. And then in English, words floats. In French and Spanish, especially French and Spanish, there's too many conjugations, there are too many varieties. And you can find in Spanish and in French, one word, 20 different meanings. In English, that doesn't happen. One word is one word. In Spanish, if you say one word, it depends if you pronounce it in your front mouth, in the middle, or back in your throat. And then everywhere you pronounce it has a different meaning. Also, if you put it at the beginning of the sentence, means something. If you put it in the middle, means something else. If you put it in the end, it means something completely different. So that's why Spanish is complicated. So if you guys try to learn Spanish and you don't learn it, fine. Don't feel any bad, because I was born speaking Spanish and I still do not speak it properly. Something very good that I can tell you right now is Dominican Republic, we are getting, or we having the best moment in education. We are having the education we never expected. And then that is making very good. Why? It's because the president we have right now, President Danilo Medina, he has focused his whole government system into education, because he says once he has an educated country, everything will come along with it. Then what happened? Back in the old days, politicians, they wanted people to be stupid, to be blindfolded. That's why they didn't concern much in education. So then the people believed whatever they said. So President Danilo's philosophy is different. He says, educate yourself, open your eyes, and then you decide. And then that's why we are having the best moment in education.